What's up, everybody? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady, Mocha, and I represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Want to welcome you to Mocha's Cafe, where I'm always going to serve you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Well, on today's menu, we're talking about appetizers being attacked. Yes, I don't know what's been going on these last couple of weeks, but side chicks have been getting the business, okay? These main chicks, they done had it up to here. They ain't going for it no more. So if y'all haven't been keeping up with the news, y'all haven't been keeping up with the media, we have two separate incidences in which side chicks were attacked, okay? So if you haven't already heard, there is this one particular one that I'm going to mention first. A video went viral showing a woman that was pistol whipped in her Atlanta area neighborhood. Now, this happened in DeKalb County, and this occurred, I would say, roughly almost a week, in a week and some change, almost close to 2 weeks. I've been wanting to cover it earlier, but I had a couple of things I had to catch up on, so of course, this particular recipe is coming to you kind of late. But basically, it was a shocking video that had went viral on Twitter. A woman holding another woman at gunpoint berates her and continuously pistol whips her. Throughout the video, the woman holding the gun repeats she is pregnant and yells, "Why are you sleeping with my husband?" A neighbor said the occupants of the house where it happened are usually quiet and described what he saw on the day of the incident. "I looked out the window and I seen her," which was the woman holding the gun, "car right there. And then she was gone," said neighbor Larry Lopez. "There was police here and an ambulance there when she, the woman who's holding the pistol, was going towards the ambulance and the police stopped her and took pictures of her," he added. Mr. Lopez said he moved to the area for peace and quiet. "I don't want to be around that. That's why I moved on a quiet street with people more my age." Okay, so a close friend of the pregnant woman with the gun told CBS 4-6 she had been attacked and was kicked in the stomach and that she was just retaliating. "The situation has left the neighborhood in fear. That's the world we live in now. I don't care what you do, you can't escape." So basically, I would like to show this video live, but I'm not going to displace that video on here. I don't want any copyright infringement or anything flagging my video, especially with all of what's been going on in YouTube with all these channel terminations. So basically, I'm just gonna have little clips of the incident, and I'm gonna leave the link to the bottom for those of you who want to view the whole video. But as you can apparently see, the female was really angry, was really upset at this appetizer who supposedly her husband was messing with. Not that her husband was messing with the side chick, but the side chick was messing with her husband. Now, this is nothing new. We hear about incidents like this all the time, where the women automatically want to hold the woman accountable for their husband's actions. So this is one incident, and I'm going to go into the other one also. This was the issue with the woman getting pistol whipped. The second issue was a girl who kidnapped her boyfriend's alleged side chick, beating her live on Facebooks. Shocking video was circulating the internet, apparently showing a woman kidnapping her boyfriend's side chick. While driving, she begins interrogating the side chick in the back seat before pulling over to beat the girl into telling the truth. She better hope this video doesn't land her in jail. But most likely, we already know that's exactly where she's going to land at. So there's two different incidences in which these women have lost their minds. Not being able to handle rejection, and I could honestly admit, as a woman, it is a major slap in the face. It's one of the most hurtful things that a woman can experience when the man that you love or the man that you want to be with he doesn't have that same love or respect for you. So what happens when a woman cannot handle rejection, in many instances we go way over the edge, and this is why the content that I'm basically the recipe that I am whipping up for this particular content today is the fact that being undesired leads to destruction. A woman cannot handle not being desired. And the moment a woman finds out that her husband or her man is cheating on her, she's automatically going to feel undesirable. Now back to the incident about the female who kidnapped her boyfriend's appetizer. She forced the appetizer in the car and took her riding around, then beat her live on Facebook. I'm also put the link to the bottom for this. The police are now investigating the incident and the woman has been charged. So eventually it did catch back up with her, which we knew that. And I don't know why for the life of me. Come on, ladies. You already know. I don't care how mad and how heated you get. You know that if you broadcast your business viral while you're trying to humiliate the other woman, and we see this all the time. I've seen women, I've seen females because I don't consider them women. I see these chicks that will be recording going to another female's house and telling everybody live how she's going to whip this chick's behind, and then when she gets over there she ends up getting her behind whooped. There's a lot that can go wrong when we want to go live to prove a point, and 9 times out of 10 when females are duking it out live on Facebook or Instagram, most of the time it's over wood. 9 times out of 10, it's over wood. It's over a dude that has disrespected the both of them, that has played the both of them, that has lied to the both of them. But what happens is these females, these low common denominator broads, will get upset and angry with each other and will attack each other, because basically what it boils down to is both of them are feeling defeated because they both want a man that evidently lacks any type of respect, any type of care or concern for both women, because he wouldn't be involved with me. He shouldn't be involved with both of them at the same time. But let me go ahead and proceed with the story. An Arkansas woman was arrested, and the incident is still being investigated after she kidnapped a woman and beat her up on Facebook Live. She accused the woman of giving her boyfriend oral in the video and having sex with her boyfriend. Her name is Donisha Wade, 20 years old, and Takira Barnell, 19, both from Camden, Arkansas, was taken into custody at the day and night store at 12:50 p.m. on Sunday. Wade brought Barnell with her to the alleged side chick's house. So basically, these was two chicken heads who both decided, okay, yeah, girl, they both boost each other up, because that's what hood rats do. Hood rats, they boost other hood rats. Yeah, girl, she messing with your man, girl. This is what we gonna do, girl. We gonna go over there and we gonna beat her down. We gonna let her know she don't need to be messing with your man. So you know, this is the level of thinking that they were on during the time. Wade brought Burnell with her to the alleged side chick's house. Police reported Wade kicked in the door of the home on Johnson Street and kidnapped Desiree Clark. Clark, who is the appetizer in the situation, told the police she was punched in the face and head multiple times and also hit in the head with the hilt of a fixed blade knife that Wade was carrying. She was then dragged by her hair down Carver Street to a parked car on Stewart Street. Wade then took Desiree, riding her around, questioning her while also making her wave to the camera. Wade then asked Desiree if she gave oral to her boyfriend Rogers, and Desiree denied it. Wade then proceeded to get out of the car and beat Desiree, who sat in the back of the car. Clark said they stopped at a gas station for some gas, and that's when Clark luckily saw her boyfriend Rogers arrive at the same gas station. Clark said Wade ran out of the gas station store when she noticed Rogers, forced Clark back in the car and tried to escape with her. But Rogers got in his own car quickly and rammed Wade's car and disabled it. Rogers gave the police statement saying Wade actually called him earlier on and told him to meet her at the park and made it sound like it was an emergency. He went and there was no one there. It was reported that it's during that time Wade kidnapped the side chick of Appetizer Clark. Rogers said Wade then actually called him and told him she had kidnapped Clark. Roger said he just happened to be passing by the gas station by chance when he noticed Wade's car. He said she tried to get in a flee, but he used his car to block Wade's path, making her unable to escape. Appetizer said she then quickly got out of Wade's car and hopped into Roger's car. She said that Wade jumped on the hood, wow, of Roger's welding, jump on the hood of Rogers wielding a knife, and Rogers sped off with Clark, and Wade fell off the hood of the car to the side as the car left the gas station. Both women, the kidnapper and her accomplice, are facing charges of residential burglary, robbery, kidnapping, aggravated assault, theft of property under 1,000, and third-degree battery. Are you sick of these cable companies taking your hard-earned money? Is your cable bill increasing every month? Is your cable bill close to $100 or more? Well, I can make your life much easier and your bill much cheaper with Expresso Streams. Expresso Streams is the new live TV streaming app that will provide you with over 7,000 channels for only $25 a month. That's no taxes, no late fees. All you need is a high-speed internet of 25 megabytes per second and an Amazon Fire Stick, and I can submit to you a free 24-hour trial before you purchase. Over 100 premium movie networks, such as 7 HBO channels, over 10 Showtimes, over 12 Cinemaxes, Cartoon Networks, music stations, adult entertainment, over 100 channels from foreign countries, even in Spanish, local news stations, and free pay-per-view events at no additional charge. We offer way more variety compared to Dish Network, DirecTV, Comcast, Sling, Netflix, Hulu, and other live cables and streaming apps. Stop letting these cable companies rob you and start saving today. If you are interested in receiving a free trial or purchasing this, be sure to email me today at cafedayparis79@yahoo.com for more information. Stop letting these cable companies pimp your pockets. Battery. Oh, Lord, I tell you, that was a whole lot of reading. As you can see, this sounds like one of those John Singleton, rest in peace, sound like type of movie he would produce, mixed with a little Tyler Perry. As you can see, this whole situation has more goddamn drama than the have and have-nots, okay? Now, as I stated, these are two separate incidences, so I'm going to stay on this one right now so nobody will confuse them with the other. But basically what's going on here is that there was this chick, basically, let me just keep them both together. As you can both basically see, these both are two women that have two different situations going on. It's different toilets, but the same shit back, basically. That's what's going on at hand. And these women have gotten to a point to where they realize, they're at a losing end. And this happens a lot in many instances where a woman will find herself in a situation where her man or her husband is cheating on her, and she feels defeated with making him do right by her, and of course she knows this is the type of activity her man or her boo is participating in. You're seeing the text messages on the phone, you're seeing him sending dick pics to this chick, you're seeing this chick is inboxing him. I mean, all of the signs are there. And instead of leaving the situation, instead these women, they will not let go. They basically have reached a point to where they have become a low common denominator, meaning that they're at their lowest point. They evidently don't feel like they can do any better. They evidently feel like they're down on their last look, because any woman who has any type of self-confidence, has any type of pride, has any type of dignity, once you've gotten to this point where you have become disrespected numerous of times, you pretty much get to that point to where you say enough is enough. I'm done. I can't do this. But what has happened, this is what's going on with the majority of women in this day and age. What's going on is that a lot of women are feeling like they are down on their last look when it comes to these men, because it's not easy for a woman to get a relationship. A man can get a relationship anytime he wants, but a woman, on the other hand, she cannot get a relationship anytime she wants. Now, she can get laid anytime she wants. She may can even get pregnant anytime she wants. But to land a man and make that man stay with you, love you, commit to you, that's a whole nother challenge in itself that even the baddest woman on the block can't get a man to do. It has to be something that a man is willing to do. But what has happened in many instances, some of these women have put themselves in situations to where they're not marketable, meaning that they got too much drama, they got too much issues. So it's harder for them to be choosy and selective about choosing a certain type of man. So basically what happens is they have to choose whoever will tolerate them or deal with them. And the thing is, just because a man is willing to tolerate you does not mean he wants to be with you. But what has happened is these women have reached such a desperate stage, these broken women, because that's what they are, broken. And you don't have to be a certain color to be broken. You could be a broken black woman, a broken white woman, a broken Puerto Rican woman. But let's face it, the majority of broken women are going to be black women. And I'm speaking from personal experience, okay? So when a woman gets to a place of brokenness, she has made herself unmarketable, meaning that she has put herself in a position to where she can pretty much get got by anybody, and she doesn't have any standards anymore because basically she has given up and she feel like she has to take what she can get. Now, some of these factors that may uh, put a woman in a situation where she feels cornered to where she has to take what she can get. There's a couple of factors that play into that. Either she has a lot of baggage, meaning that she may have too many children, too many baby daddies, so she don't have it like that to just move on because she made a lot of dumb choices during her youth, and now that she's slowly but surely becoming a woman, it's too late for her to throw those mistakes away. She's still stuck with those mistakes, and even though now she may have maturity, or now she's come to the realization that she has ruined her life, the problem is she still has to deal with the problems that she created. Okay, so you have women that have put themselves in them instances. You have women that have been abused during their childhood, may have been molested, may have been sexually abused, and are used to men taking advantage of them because unfortunately it has happened to them as a child. And even though they're now grown women and they know better, once you have experienced some type of sexual abuse or molestation, it stunts your growth. So usually at whatever age it has occurred, if you have been molested at 7, you will stay in that 7-year-old mind frame, meaning that you will act childish, you will do childish things. Or if you got molested at the age of 13, you may look womanly, you may dress womanly, but you still have that 13-year-old mindset because you have to remember, you have to keep in mind, a woman who has experienced any type of sexual abuse, it stunts her growth. And it doesn't matter how intelligent she may talk from time to time. She may be on her own business. She may even have a good job. But again, molestation has a way of stunting your growth if she has experienced something like that. Other factors may be if she hasn't experienced any abuse, she's just damaged. She's been in numerous relationships with the wrong type of men, and because she has, not made the best of choices in men, she's not marketable at this point. She has to take what is willing to take her, which is usually the dusties, the players, the no good dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because the guys who got their ish together, the guys who got good jobs, they're and self-sufficient, and men who are well off, they're not going to check for women on her level. Basically, that leaves her with the dusties, that leaves her with the players, the manipulators, the builder bums. Basically, she has to get whatever's left out there, which isn't too much of a choice. So what happens when these women are stuck, like these two women that I mentioned to you, with these cases in which one chick, she took the side chick and kidnapped her, and the other chick, she went to the chick's house and pistol whipped her and all of that. What happens is a woman gets to the point to where by any means necessary, she's going to hold on to what she has. Even if what she's holding on to is no good for her, it's not worth fighting for. And I hear men say it all the time, why are women picking up no good dudes? Why are they picking up bum dudes? What happens is the men who got it all together, they're not checking for women like that. And a woman wants to be desired. She wants to be wanted. She does not have time to figure out why good men don't want her when she's trying to check for good dudes, and good dudes keep turning her down because they're married, or they're enjoying their bachelor life, they making good money, got nice cars, nice homes, they not willing to share that with nobody. She has to take what she can get because a woman wants to be desired. She doesn't have the rest of her life, because women, we got biological clocks that eventually have batteries that are going to expire. So we don't have a lot of time to wait for a man to want us. And but if a woman is confident, she will wait as long as it takes. She's not going to use her biological clock, her age, her circumstances as an excuse to go out there and give every Tom, Dick, and Daryl an opportunity, because she values herself enough, even if it means she may never get married, or she may be damn near her 50s and 60s, but she would rather that than to put herself in a situation where she's just a baby mama and guys are in and out of her like inmates at a correctional facility center. She's not going to put herself in that position. But women who wait for a long time like that, men who don't know these type of women, will say, oh, she must be bitter. She's 50, 60, she's 50, she still don't have no kids, she still ain't been married. No, it's not always that. It's just that she didn't want to make any hood rat decisions. She didn't want to hurry up and get a man and have kids and all of that, because she was young and felt like time was getting ready to run out. Believe it or not, some of us as women, we take our time. We learn from the mistakes that other black women have made around us, and we try to stray away from that. So just because you see a woman with no kids, or she's up in her age and she don't have a man, she don't have a husband, she's being selective. We see enough of what's going on out here to not want that for ourselves. So anyhow, but this is what happens. Women who are down on their luck, and that's what happened in this case. Both of these women felt like they was down on their luck. So the moment they had a sense of another female that was intruding in their relationship, even though these other women were not intruding voluntarily, these men opened the door for these women to intervene. But what has happened, women in this situation, they don't look at the women as being the victim. They don't look at the side chicks as being innocent. They automatically want to get angry with the side chick, because again, they've gotten to a point to where they cannot afford to lose that man, even though he's not worth the rats behind. And he's not even worth a free meal at the homeless shelter. The fact that she feel like she's down on her last leg, she has to fight for him. Because again, she does not feel worthy. She does not have any confidence or self-worth. So she's going to hold on to him by any means necessary. So that means getting rid of the competition. And again, because it boils down to keeping him. She's not going to confront him, or if she does confront him, she's not going to make him feel the heat compared to how she's going to make the side chick feel the heat, because again, she's already made it up in her mind. She doesn't feel like she's worth anything. So the last thing she wants to do is confront him and penalize him for his actions, because she does not want him to leave her. She does not want him to walk away. And guys in this situation, it puts them at a big advantage. It really, really does. These builder bums, these dusties, these better dudes that are going around here playing with females' emotions, knowing they got a wife, or knowing they got a main chick, or they lead them both women on, it puts them at a big advantage, because they know they got that prime wood. So basically, their way of compensating to these women for the dirt that they're doing outside of the relationship of the both of them, they're just giving them good wood. They're giving them trinkets. They may pay a water bill over here, may pay a light bill over here. But because these women are so desperate, the little bit that these men are doing is a lot. And what has happened is, females, broken women today are at an all-time low. now to where they are willing to take the crumbs just to say they got a man. Okay, back in the day, our grandmothers and mothers, a man had to have the whole loaf, and the man was confident enough to not even want to even deal with a woman unless he had a whole loaf. But what has happened is the dynamics have changed. Women are expecting less and men are doing less because females have reached a new level of desperation because, again, they're not marketable. They got too much drama in their life to get a real man to want them. Too many kids, too many baby daddies, too much baggage. So they got to settle with what's in the bottom of the barrel. And when they feel like somebody is about to take the one thing they have left, these women take things to a whole nother level. It's like fighting over the last freaking rib at the god doggone cookout. Okay, you know, they're going for blood, they're going for war. And in some instances, like, I don't know how true it is, but the female that kidnapped her side chick, the appetizer, whatever, from my understanding, the dude had already left her and he had moved in with the other chick, or either the other chick moved in with him. I don't know how it happened. So it was a clear indication that the dude wanted out. But again, what has happened is females today have reached an all-time new low. It's not about the man and what he's doing wrong, how the man is disrespecting her, because if anything, I've said this 1,000 times, if as a woman, if you catch your husband or you catch your man out there cheating, you catch him slipping, it's no need in fighting the other female unless this chick was your best friend or in your family. Now she needs her ass whooped. Period, point blank. She needs to catch a case. But at the same time, after you done whipping her ass, you make sure you whip his ass too. Okay? All right. There's no whip her ass and then you go home and you still give him some that same night. And think you done did your deed because you done attacked the other female. No, it does not go that way. He needs to be penalized for his actions if you decide to still stick with him. The best thing to do would be to leave him, but the reality is a lot of women are not thrown in a towel. They're not, cheating used to be a zero tolerance back in the day, and it's not too many women that are walking out and leaving their relationships, and I get it. Sometimes relationships can recover from it. They can mature, they can grow up, they learn a lesson, they cut it out, they move forward, and they have a better relationship, they have a better marriage. But in most instances, the way these new school couples work, because these young folks do not know how to stay in their lane, and they way too emotional, they killing side chicks, or they killing the side dude, they just taking things to a whole nother level now. Y'all know, we watch on TV1 this For My Man or Fatal Attraction shows where, some of these women and some of these men, they can't let go. They can't just let go and let you be great and move on without them. They feel like if they gave you their heart and their time and they invested so much in you, they're not just going to let you walk out their life and move on and be happily ever after with someone else. And I get it. That's why you have to be careful with how you play with people's feelings and people's emotions. And I go for men and women, but especially women, because we are the most emotional creatures. We cannot handle rejection. And these both of these situations here are a clear indication that women cannot handle rejection. We can't. And I'm going to be honest, I was one, I could never handle rejection. That's why I never approached men. My husband, he had to ask me out. I was not about to ask him out because I couldn't handle rejection. I couldn't handle a man denying me and turning me down. So I'm like, look, if a dude is checking for me, he got to come to me or whatever. But again, as I stated, all the dynamics have changed. Men used to be the one to chase after women. Now the women are chasing after the man. Because again, a lot of this has everything to do, and I've mentioned this several times throughout this recipe, that with women, we are making ourselves less marketable. And when you make yourself less marketable, guess what? You will end up on a clearance shelf. It's kind of like a product. Let's say a company, for instance, let's say if a lot of people like the Patti LaBelle's pumpkin pies. That was a big thing in Walmart. Everybody was buying Patti LaBelle pumpkin pie. Okay, because one dude went viral, and there was hardly anywhere you can go. All the Walmarts, they stayed sold out of that Patti LaBelle pumpkin pie. Okay, but after a while, once she had got Patti LaBelle had got that spotlight. So many people was buying the pies that after a while, the pie wasn't as marketable after a while because once people got hip to it and people started buying the product, they bought it so much to the point to where people kind of fell out of love with it. So now, you can go anywhere and you'll see plenty of pies, in Walmart. As before, when the product went viral and, it was the hottest product, one of the hottest pies out there in the market, you couldn't hardly find it nowhere. But that's what ended up, happening. And now that is not as marketable as it was. You can easily get it. It's not as popular as it used to be. Now I've noticed since then she had to come out with different types of pies because everybody's not checking for the pumpkin pie. I think it was sweet potato pie, but everybody wasn't buying it as much. So she had to come out with banana pudding. She came out with her peach cobbler, which is awesome, by the way. But anyway, I know I'm all over the place, but follow with what I'm saying. Same thing with women. This how it relates to women. Once a woman has put herself out there so much, she has all of this baggage, emotional baggage, financial baggage, all of these children, all of these responsibilities, you know, she becomes less marketable. So, basically, she has to take who's willing to take her. And when the one dude, the one man that's willing to take you, even though he could not be worth the damn tongue to your shoe, she's going to fight with all her might for it because her self-esteem is shot. She really don't feel like she has any other options. She's not about to let go and go back out there in the dating world and have to remarket herself and have to re-advertise herself and try to get another man even though another guy could possibly be better. She's not about to take that chance because she's already been in the struggle. She hasn't had the best of luck with men. So just the fact that this one man was willing to give her the time of day, even though he's not giving her much, but in her mind, it is everything. So she's going to go after the appetizer. And that is what's going on in this generation with women. Women are willing to hurt each other over these men. They're willing to humiliate each other, and we see it every day. They're going live, showing they're going to the woman's house. They're going live, showing they done bust out the windshield to the female car. It done got to the point to where women are willing to sabotage each other over dudes that basically have no respect for them. For them or the side chick. Because my thing is, if he really had any respect for you like that, period, he wouldn't be messing around with you in the first place. Okay? But if he's one of those dudes, the least he could have did was be discreet about it. He's all out in the open. And that's what makes women so evil and revengeful, because it's bad enough when you're already embarrassed and hurt that your man has cheated on you and everybody knows about it. But the fact that everybody sees it in the streets, it don't make it no better. Dudes are getting more bolder now. Back then, when dudes used to mess around on their wives, they used to be undercover about it. He would take his side chick and go way out of town, way in another county. Men back then used to be smart about being a player and messing with women. They didn't do it right in the same area. These dudes today, I don't know what it is. Y'all need to learn from the old school players. Y'all need to sit down with y'all great granddaddies, if they still living, with y'all granddaddies. And if y'all gonna fool around, y'all gonna cheat and mess around with these women, y'all need to learn from the old school players, because you new school dudes, y'all done messed the whole god doggone game up. Y'all done messed it up. Y'all so freaking dumb. Y'all messing with side chicks next door. Okay? Why you gonna mess with a chick in your same neighborhood? Why is you messing with a chick on your old lady's job? Some of y'all so trifling, y'all will mess with a chick in your woman family. It's some dudes that are just that trifling. They have messed with their wives or their girlfriends, cousins, sisters. I'm like, come on, dude. There got to be some rules and regulations to being a male whore. Okay? But all rules are broken. So because of that, now these main chicks and these side chicks, everybody's breaking the rules. Everybody's way out of pocket. The men, y'all are being too open with the cheating. Y'all being too sloppy with it. Then the side chicks, y'all got the nerves to be proud of messing with other people's men, knowing 9 times out of 10 y'all done been used, y'all done been played yourselves. Y'all don't even put yourselves in another woman's shoes because y'all have reached a desperate level to where you willing to take what it take y'all, even if it belongs to somebody else. Then you main chicks, you want to get mad with the side chicks, but meanwhile you still loving him up and claiming him as your man. This chick is driving around the other chick, taunting her, asking her, are you sleeping with my man? Are you giving him head? Are you doing all of these other things? I'm like, all of this that you're doing is not going to stop him from not dealing with this other female. First of all, she wouldn't even been in your life had he ever messed with her. Had he never, that's what a lot of wives and women that are in relationships are not understanding. The other woman would never be, you would have never known her. She would have never even existed had your man kept his ding dong in his pants. She wouldn't even existed. She wouldn't have knew nothing about you. You wouldn't have knew nothing about her because it would have just been you and your man. Okay? And the same thing with you guys. You know, you get these chicks and that go ham on your wife. You know, she calling your wife. She calling your wife job. You get a psycho, you know, for like that movie Fatal Attraction. But I think her name, Kim Basinger. Can't remember her name or whatever. But I still like that movie to this day. I think his name is Douglas something. Anyway, but that's a real good classic movie, Fatal Attraction. And basically, you know, you wonder why at the last minute, oh, she was crazy. Oh, she crazy. She making my life miserable. Stalking your wife, stalking you. You want to say she crazy, but she couldn't have been too crazy if you was going over there hitting it every night, creeping, leaving your house 3, 4 in the morning, sneaking off the job, going over there, getting you a little snack, getting you some little Debbie here and there. You know, now this chick pops up pregnant, or now this chick done got emotionally attached to you. You can't get rid of her. You know, now you got to go home and face your wife, you know, and see her in pain, and she's going to go through a pain period that is not going to be enough of love or gifts, showering her with gifts. There'll not be enough of anything you can do to heal that type of pain, because once you have burnt a woman to that capacity, it's like trying to glue together a shattered glass, a shattered wine glass. Yeah, you can put it together, but it's never going to be the same. And the thing about it is, you know, sin is so greedy. Sin and lust is so greedy because it makes you only think about yourself. You're going over there getting so much of it. You're already wrong, but don't keep sticking your hand back in the cookie jar. You got away with it once, count it as, okay, God spared me. I'm not going to keep sticking my hands in the candy jar, in the cookie jar. So most of the time when you get it one time, y'all keep going back till you get caught up. You know, now this is a whole nother headache. You know, added onto your relationship, added onto your marriage. You know, you open the door to the enemy when you put yourself in these type of situations. Now, granted, both of these situations here that I'm discussing, fortunately, nobody got killed. But you and I both know, we see it enough, we hear it enough, that some situations like this, folks don't come out alive. Okay, you know, like the woman Carly Hughes, who was messing with the married football player, the football coach at her high school. They was having an ongoing affair. You know how these faculty meetings are. He kept messing with this woman, screwing with this woman, knowing he was engaged to be married to his wife, and they even had a child on the way. He wanted to cut her off. He got tired of getting them Debbie snacks from her. He didn't want her no more. She couldn't handle the rejection. And she was a beautiful woman. She was not an average hood rat. It's not always hood rats that are crazy. It's women that are well put together. You cannot play with their emotions. She had a decent life, but she fell in love with a man who belonged to somebody else. And instead of her going on about her business and leaving it alone, she got so emotionally overwhelmed to the point to where she killed his wife with their unborn child. And now she's doing life in prison away from her own son, who she will never be able to raise. You know, if he has children, she'll never have a relationship with her grandchildren. We just never look far ahead. We just never look further down. But this is basically, you know, the state of an emergency that we are in within the, you know, black community. Women are feeling hopeless. It's a lot of broken women, and I'm not saying all black women are broken. If it does not apply, you don't have to reply. You got some women, they get in situations like this, they love themselves enough to jump ship and say, let me quit while I'm ahead. Yeah, I'm hurt, I'm blowed, but I'm going to be woman enough to walk away with my dignity before I end up hurting myself, or I'm going to hurt him because I'm angry and I'm upset. But some of these women, they're not going down without a fight. And for men that are in a situation, it's very important that if you want to leave a situation, it's better to leave it. Don't juggle both hats. Because sometimes when men try to be slick at, they won't out of a relationship, but they want to make sure they don't want to make a final decision, so they'll juggle both hats. And then once a female pisses them off, then they'll jump ship and either want to stay with the wife or vice versa. And you can't do that. You know, you have to let go of somebody. Don't hold on to both until you can make a decision. That's dangerous, because by the time you make your final decision, damage is already done. You don't know how things are going to play out. And that's the dangerous part about cheating. That's the dangerous part about messing around. You don't know the outcome. You don't know how things are going to blow up in your face. You don't know how you're going to get exposed. You don't know how the truth is going to come out. You don't know how that person is going to emotionally react when you tell them you don't want them no more, or you just don't show any more interest. Especially women, we cannot handle rejection. Both of these instances is a clear indication that neither of these women could handle rejection. They couldn't handle it, you know, so they took it upon themselves, you know. One pistol whipped the side chick, the other kidnapped it. You know, who does that? And these all are women. 9 times out of 10, they got children. You know, they got children. The kids got to suffer. It's just a big chaotic mess. But this is what happens, ladies. When you don't feel marketable, you don't feel valuable, you will take what will take you. And basically, what happens is you got to take what that person does to you, because you don't value yourself enough to be patient and wait for somebody to come into your life that would respect you. You know, you don't put yourself out there to where now you've done become desperate. So desperate people do desperate things. So anyway, y'all, I just thought it was very imperative that I did this particular recipe. You know, I'm so fed up with women that can't handle when things just don't go their way no more. They can't handle when things don't go their way. So this is the stunts they pull. Now they get more bold. They making it go viral, all because they butt hurt because the man they want don't want them. If he's over there messing with these other chicks, and he done broke up with you, you know, or he's already made it clear to you he doesn't want to be with you, you cannot make him change his mind. As women, I'm gonna tell you something. I know it's hurtful when you don't put your heart on the line, when you done put so much time in thinking that the more that you put yourself, you know, and the more that you involve yourself with a certain man, you thinking that eventually he's going to see the good woman in you, he's going to see the stand-up woman in you, and he's going to return a favor. But realize that love is a gamble. Sometimes you can go all out your way and still lose. And same thing for men. It's men who have been victims of this as well. They have put a lot of time into a woman, a lot of money, a lot of energy, for her to only say, I don't want to be with you. So I mean, men get played too, but the difference is men, they don't allow to emotionally overtake them. Some of them do now, because you got some men that are very psycho and they got feminine characteristics. They can't handle their emotions, so they jump off the deep end just like a woman would. But for the most part, you have to be prepared that people can play you. People can lie to you. People will take advantage of you. It happens, but you got to be woman enough or man enough in some cases to be able to bite the bullet and count your loss, even though it's going to hurt like hell. And it's going to make you damn the day you ever met that person. But you're going to look back and say, you know what, God, I'm so glad you delivered me from that demon. Because I look back on my life and think about the guys that I boo-hoo cried over, and seeing them 10 years down the line, I'm like, oh, Lord, you knew just what you was doing. You crying and mad and angry over somebody who 5 years from now, you're not even going to care. 10 years from now, it's not even going to mean nothing to you, because you're going to be in a totally different space in your life, and vice versa. You're going to have you a whole nother wife, a whole nother husband. So don't sit up here getting bent out of shape over somebody who clearly does not want you, to the point to where you're willing to take somebody else's life or put somebody else's life in jeopardy. But anyway, y'all, I have rambled on enough. Please leave a comment below. What do y'all feel about these women that are taking things to the extreme because they're not feeling desirable? So they feel like they have to hold on to the only man that's dragging them, to the point to where they have to come at other females. I mean, what is your opinion on this? I know y'all know people who are in this situation, or maybe you've been a woman in this situation. If you were transparent enough to say what made you get to the deep end and how did you get past it, please share that information. There's some people out there that's on the edge and don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So anyway, y'all, I appreciate it, getting support. If you really like my content and you like what I do, just know that you're welcome to donate to my Cash App, also my PayPal. I would prefer, even if it's just $1 a month. No amount is too big or too small. Any support is better than no support at all. But anyway, y'all, it's been real. It's your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Have a good one.